Hello. So I have just realised that I never really introduced myself. I put videos out there, I spoke to guests, and I never actually spent a little bit of time to let you guys know who I am. From the guests we had in, you probably did figure out that I am a wedding photographer. And wedding photography is something I live, I breathe. This is all I do, and I absolutely love the fact that I am in the unique situation of being a full-time wedding photographer. We are in the unique situation where we get to spend such a long time with people on their wedding day. We cover the entire day. So we're there in the morning before people even get dressed, and we're still there with them as they get on the dance floor at the end of the night. There is so much that happens between the start time and the end time. And because we've gained so much knowledge, because we've witnessed so much over the years, over hundreds of weddings, we wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of an insight into the different possibilities when it comes to the weddings, the different choices you have, the different situations you can be in. And because we've met so many amazing suppliers, everything from makeup, you met Rodana, to bands, you met Alec, and there's going to be so many more people coming in. We wanted to bring them along and let them share their knowledge with you as well. Put it all on one channel so that everybody can go to one spot and get so much wedding information. But besides that, I wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into who I am. I came from a design background. I studied design and then I moved into specialising in lighting design. I got to spend a lot of time doing some pretty cool projects, everything from nightclubs to residential properties. And I suppose my claim to fame was an actual award-winning crematorium, which is a little bit morbid for this channel, but it's something that I definitely will never forget. I did love what I was doing then, but I always wanted to specialise in photography. My other love in life is people. I absolutely love spending time with people. Everybody is so different. Everybody has their story. Everybody kind of has a different way of looking at life, and I love spending so much time with different people, getting to know them. And what better way to spend time with people than on their wedding day? So I get to bring the two loves of my life together, photography and people. And then I suppose if you want to throw the third in, there is Benny. Benny is the third love in life that goes photography, people, and then Benny. If you're wondering who Benny is, because we've mentioned Benny a couple of times, Benny's my husband. Our company is actually a husband and wife team. So we're also in the unique situation that 7 days a week we spend all of our time together. And there has been no divorce as yet, so that's good. When it comes to myself and Benny, we're very lucky in the sense that, first of all, we both have the same passion. That's a very, very rare thing. But when it comes to the two of us working together on a wedding day, as I mentioned, I'm the people person. Benny is a complete techie. He's a complete geek. He's sitting across from me right now and he's probably laughing at me, but that's who Benny is. So having that combination of people on the day, it really works well in our team. We're also very lucky to have a male and female photographer, which gives us perspective from both sides. We have seen so much on a wedding day. We've experienced so much with so many different people, and we just want to share this information with you. Now you know I'm a photographer and you know a bit about my background. I'm also an Irish photographer. I live in Ireland. I live in an island. That's a bit of a strange thing. You probably have a vision of the Irish countryside, me living on this little island and having to row myself out of here. It's not quite that. We do live on an island, but there is a very small bridge linking us to the mainland. So I live in a really, really beautiful part of the world. We are coastal, obviously, because we're an island, and we get loads of cruise ships into us, actually. So there's loads and loads of tourists, especially around the summertime. But that's where I'm from. Irish weddings, I think there's nothing like an Irish wedding all over the world. We love a wedding in Ireland, and we are lucky enough that where we live, we cover two regions. One is in Munster and one is in Leinster. This covers a massive area when it comes to actually wedding venues. We've been lucky enough to shoot in over 100 different wedding venues, and this is everything from your hotel venue to your country house to the most beautiful castles all over Ireland. Castles that have been renovated and have been turned into the most beautiful wedding venues. So when it comes to venues, scenery, locations, we really, really are spoilt living in Ireland. In Ireland, there's actually not a downtime really for weddings. People actually get married all year round. It's a little bit quieter in January and February, but it never really stops. So we do work 12 months a year. Everybody tends to love a Christmas engagement. So in January, we spend a lot of time going to trade shows. We just finished one actually this weekend, and the great thing about it is you get to meet all these couples, and this is what I was saying about being a people person, and they're coming in with their stories. They've just gotten engaged over Christmas, they've got a big diamond sitting on their finger, and they can't wait to tell you their story. They can't wait to tell you what they're planning for the wedding, what they're hoping for the wedding, and we get to listen to all this. We get to hopefully be involved in their day, and as well as being at the show, we do get to work with a massive amount of suppliers in the 2 regions we work in. A lot of the suppliers are actually at the show, and we actually get to see each other away from the wedding scene and just have a chat and catch up, which is really, really nice. So that's kind of where we're at in the wedding season at the moment. It's that little bit of a quieter time. We've got loads of couples who are starting their wedding journey. They're setting their dates, they're booking their venues, they're booking their suppliers, and we're getting loads and loads of new couples coming to us who are so excited. And when it comes to actually booking their weddings in Ireland, it can be a wedding that's happening in 6 months, a year, 2 years, even 3 years time. Everyone has a very, very different lead time when it comes to planning their weddings. So sometimes we're in the lovely situation of actually being in contact with a couple for 2 to 3 full years before the day actually happens. So this is where we're at the moment. And as the year goes on, I hope to still come across new things, new suppliers, new trends, and share all of this with you as the year actually progresses. We've had some amazing days. For example, we had an American couple who came all the way from New Jersey. They came from New Jersey, all of their family came from New Jersey. There was not one Irish guest at this wedding. Everybody was American. The reason they came to Ireland is because they were able to hire out a private castle for the entire weekend. So as well as hiring the castle for the weekend, they also hired us. We got to experience everything from the rehearsal dinner to the rehearsal ceremony to the day itself. And all the little differences between an American wedding and an Irish wedding. Little things like in Ireland, the band doesn't start until after the meal and plays into the night. With the American wedding, they had music playing throughout the meal, and everybody was getting up and dancing between courses. We tend to go through the night when it comes to partying. The band might not start until 10:30 in Ireland. The DJ will go on until 2 a.m. and so then the residence bar is only getting going at that point. So an Irish wedding could be a 5 a.m., 6 a.m. finish. Where it comes to an American wedding, it's a lot earlier finish. Midnight would be actually quite late for an American wedding to finish, which is something that we learned that day. And because we were lucky enough to experience their full wedding weekend, we got an insight into how the Americans like to celebrate their wedding versus the Irish. And this is just one example. We, as I've mentioned, have had Canadian couples, we have had French and German, all different nationalities. And being able to be there and actually see how this works on a wedding day really has given us so much knowledge. So I hope this video has given you a little bit of an insight into who I am and who Benny, who the guy on the other side of the camera is. I did plan on having this video a little bit shorter than it is, but as you can tell, I love to talk and I love to give information. So to kind of recap on everything, the reason for this channel is to share every little bit of information we've gathered over the years. I want to give you the positives, I want to give you the negatives, the pitfalls, the best outcome, the worst outcome, everything you can imagine, and just be really honest about it as we go along. I hope that you do take something from these videos, and even if it's one little thing that helps your day go a little bit more positively, that is absolutely amazing to us. Benny just reminded me, because I'm really bad at this part, please do remember to actually subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications of the new videos coming out. So I'm Laura Redhead Benson, this is our new channel, this is who I am. Remember, subscribe.